All right. Episode 2 of Life Unscripted is coming your way. I am your host, Trevor Weiser, with co-host.
Aiden Hunt with special guest Jake Lawson.
What up? What's going on?
We are welcoming Jake Lawson to the podcast studio for our first ever official guest on our pod. We are starting off strong with some duo-ship here. These two, Caden and Jake, have known each other for a while now, and we're going to have some pretty good conversation today. So I'm excited. What about you guys?
Get into it, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's
Honored
get
to be
into
on
it.
here. It's an honor.
Let's get into it. It's the start of an era, like I've been saying.
I love that song. It's awesome.
So that's your intro to every future podcast and all that. Yeah, there you go.
If we don't get copyright strikes, so that I mean, we're just trying to learn, what we can put on the pod without getting struck and stuff. So
Yeah, man.
yeah. So just how we got in here today is seems like no one's in the building, so I had to call campus police, come in here, unlock the studio, so we can get
Shout out SUPD.
Yep.
That was funny though.
Yeah.
You call them, it's like it's not an emergency.
Gotta let them know.
They get that all the time, I feel like.
No, oh, definitely.
Yeah. So Jake, I mean, we've known each other for going on 4 years now, entrepreneurship major here at SHIP. And I just thought guest speaker, start off strong. Jake is just the definition of a positive guy, just trying to spread positivity and creativity as well. Big mental health advocate and really good with the cards too. So, I mean, I know we joke a lot about it, but I think to get into his mindset and kind of his upcoming in poker is cool, and talk a little bit about that and music and stuff. So Jake, how's your semester going, and what are you doing, and how are things going?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. It's been kind of a complicated semester, but I'm trying to make the most out of every day. So, it's been all right. It's been pretty busy though. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm still like, even though like I'm not on the track and cross country team anymore, I'm still like running like once or twice a week.
So,
But now I just run like all out. You know what I'm saying? So like anytime I go for a run, like I'll just run like as hard as humanly possible and
Yeah.
just try and I don't know, kind of shred my body for like a little bit and then take like a few days off. But
there you go.
yeah, like it's been pretty fun though. I've been trying to grow connections with you guys. Try and hopefully make some more friends and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
So, it's not bad, man. How about you?
It's going good, man. Yeah, winter break coming up. We'll see, when people stick around, try to get into something fun. So I know your 21st is coming up, so that, I mean, that should be a national
Yeah.
holiday right there.
National holiday.
We'll hear about it for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. No, that's next Sunday. So
Ooh.
can't
Let's
wait.
go.
It's a
Yeah,
big one, man.
last weekend here.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty fun.
So you are a senior.
I'm
junior.
I'm a junior this year.
I want to ask you, what made you want to come to SHIP? And I'm guessing you started at SHIP and you were on the teams, right?
Right. Yeah. I chose SHIP actually because like I went to the cross country camp that he was talking about before the stream, and it was just like
And where was that at? Like,
Yeah.
let's get some backstory.
Yeah. Like the cross country camp, it's like just for high schoolers. So
Yeah.
like all the like aspiring like collegiate athletes like usually come to like the high school Shippensburg cross country camp, and I was one of those people like at first. Like all the camp counselors of that are like current runners here. You know what
Gotcha.
I'm saying? So they're like in charge of everybody and making sure everyone has a good time. But like I noticed when I was here, like all like the camp counselors were like so much fun. They're like great guys. I love talking to them. And like I come from like right outside of Philly,
Okay.
so I don't really get to see like all these like mountains all the time, and
True.
like like all like this forest area and all that. It's a lot of roads like where I'm around. So I knew I wanted to come out west at some point. So I came like it's only like 2-hour drive.
Right.
I live like 100 miles away, but I everything about the school like I just loved it. Like I looked at like 2 other schools and I was like, this is just gonna be my place, I think. So I finally just committed here. Spence let me on the team because he liked me, and then that was
That's awesome.
yeah. So it was just history from there, though.
Dude,
So-
so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me too,
no, that's
man.
awesome.
Yeah,
I think everyone has like, I like hearing people's like college admittance stories. Why'd you go to where you picked for 4 years of your life?
Right.
To go
It's
to
a big
school.
decision.
It's a little bit different for me. I've lived in the same area where the school is, so. But no, I want to know, Jake, like, what made you want to do collegiate running? Like, it takes a different type of like perspective and like grind. And what made you want to just keep running in college? Did you think you said you wanted it to like help you make friends and stuff? And you think it definitely did do that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a great question. I mean, it's quite a jump from high school because in high school it doesn't really matter like how fast you are.
But you were
Like,
you like number one at your school, or
I-
you were?
dude, I wasn't even number one. I was usually like number three because
That's still high up.
yeah,
like,
the 1 and 2 guys, like we had a pretty good high school by the time I was at the end of it. But our 1 and 2 guys are like two of my good friends back at home, and they're Penn State runners now.
oh wow.
So they're like insane, like god athletes. But I used to be at the same level as them, like way back in the day. But I knew I wanted to just make the jump. More of like a reason is like, okay, I kind of want to challenge myself, and like this is probably the way to like meet people. Because when
For
you
sure.
come to college, like everybody's like worried about it. Because I didn't
For
know,
sure.
I didn't know
Everybody.
anybody here, So I was
Exactly.
like, cross country is probably how I'm gonna get my friend group. And like when I came here, like that's exactly what happened. Like like Hayden and Aiden, Ian, all those guys
Mhm.
like took me under their arm, and they showed me the way and really opened up like a lot of doorways.
It's
for me,
mutual
so,
too, because
Yeah.
they're in the same boat. Everybody's in the same boat. That's the good thing.
Yeah,
That's the cool thing
dude,
about college is like everyone. You may think you're on an island, but more likely than not, people are experiencing that same thing, that same worry.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and I told myself, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to run because I still love running. When I came in here, I was like, I love running, but this is gonna be how like I'm gonna make my friends. I didn't expect me to be as close with the guys on the team as I am,
Yeah.
because these are like my best friends now. But like when I came in here, like I was like, I got to be a part of like clubs, or I got to be a part of some sort of group to like go out and meet people, right? Because like otherwise I'm not sure how I'd meet people besides like just going out on the weekend. But I mean that's not very that's not very
Yep.
intuitive to like
Going
grow like
out.
sober friendships, So I knew I needed to be a part of something, and I would always recommend that to people coming into college. Like you just got to be. You got to join a club or you got to join a sport or something like that. And
Mhm.
surround yourself with
I agree.
like-minded individuals.
Dude, this is awesome. Like in the past 2 minutes of you speaking, I just got all these like really good ideas for us to move forward with. Just a little bit more about Jake. You're not a blueprint guy. You're different and you're creative. And I think that entrepreneurship major is perfect for you. And I think we're the only PSAC school with that major.
Mm.
So we can talk a little bit about what your experience has like been in that program. I know you're heading out after this to go in the makerspace and make some stuff. So we'd like to hear more about that. You're also a manager at Texas Roadhouse, and Trevor worked at CJ's.
Yeah.
Oh, no
I
kidding.
worked at Falafel Shack and Alfredo. So like we
Yeah,
all have
we've all-
restaurant experience, and like I think there's a lot of stories that could come with that. And dude, I'll just say this right now, man. There's like a fine line of what like I want to talk about with Jake like on the pod that like doesn't get too out of pocket, but like there's so many funny stories that we put this on YouTube, we put this on Spotify. This could go viral because like these stories, man, like I'm not even kidding, man. Like I don't even know where I want to start. But like
We'd
first
have
of
to
all,
backtrack a little bit, right? Because
right,
Jake's nickname is.
Pokerman.
Pokerman. Yeah.
I feel like that has
Oh,
a
man.
story.
For sure, man. And like, dude, it's like I'll just ask you about that. Like,
Pokerman.
are you still watching as much as you were, a couple months ago? And what does it take to get onto those big tours? Because I know you're already having some good experience at other places. So what's the poker situation like?
Yeah, like I obviously like when I came into school, like it was nothing more than like, okay, I'm gonna have like some fun with these guys because it was like the guys on the team. Like we were just like hanging out one time, like when I was like a freshman, and I was still trying to get everyone to like me and stuff. So like I had to say like the right thing at the right time, or like go hang out with the guys. And we were like watching football one day, and they were like, one of the guys in our friend group was like, hey, you guys ever like played poker? I was like, nope, never done that, but like sure, always down for like a little gambling, because
Why not?
I could never turn that down. But we didn't play for like money or anything at first, but we started like getting to getting to know it a little bit better because none of us were really that good. But there's a lot of rules that you got to learn in the game, and like I just started trying to like learn about it because it's a total mind game.
Is it
Like
luck or skill?
it's mostly skill. In the long run,
Dang.
it's always skill, but in
Dang.
any given hand versus one person, it can be lucky.
Right.
So it's weird. Like there's like math that devolves there that goes into all this. But the longer you play poker, the more skill is involved. Like it's almost like an exponential graph. If it's called variance, there's a lot of math behind it. I tried learning about it. I've read a few books on it too.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, I would just say it's pretty interesting though because like my play style is like I took it a little more seriously than other people did. So like I've been reading. I've read 3 books about it. I've subscribed to 2 courses. I've paid like $75 a month to learn from professionals and like all that. And I didn't really tell many people about it, but me and one of the guys in the group, we drove 5 hours. It was 330 miles like 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. We drove up to Verona, New York, which is about 10 miles from Canada. And like any given like day, and we drove there from 12 to 5 p.m. We got there at 5 p.m. I had about $800 because I keep like my poker money separate from my actual money.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
reward.
Yeah.
Just in case, like, because you don't want to use your actual money gambling, So I have like a separate fund for that. That's just like strictly cash. It's under the table and all that. I don't know how legal it is, but I don't know who's gonna find out about it except for anyone that watches this podcast. but I came up with about like $800, and my boy came up with about $400, and we played from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. And I was just downing Monster Energies and whatever. But
Oh, dang.
I wanted to like challenge myself. Like I was ready to lose it all. I just wanted to see like how good I was compared to people not in college. Because usually I just play college guys. Like I tell anybody, I'm like, I'll play anybody. Like I'll play anybody for $100, like minimum. Like so if you want to come play me and see if you're better than me, like I'll play you, but it has to be at least $100. So that way that you're kind of scared of losing it, and I'll capitalize on that because like I'm ready to play, and I'm ready to lose it, because it's more of like a pride thing for me because like I consider myself pretty decent. But I turned that $800 into it was about 3,600, and
Doubled.
yeah,
No.
it was,
800 to 3,600 is like
yeah, it was about quadrupled.
quadrupled. Yeah.
And we stopped at 4 a.m.
Dang.
and I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to go. And I was playing with guys like my dad's age, so like these guys have been playing like longer than I've been alive. So they gave me a lot of tips, and I made like a lot of friends there. And they're like, hey man, like if you ever want to come back up again, like you can absolutely we'll stake you. And stake means like if I was to join like a tournament, which like for instance it pays like $200,000 if like you win a tournament, and like the buy-in would be like $500. Staking would be like, hey, I'll pay for like $300 of your buy-in, but if you get money because like top 50 or whatever get paid certain amounts of money, uh you get to like the guy that stakes me would be able to keep like a certain amount of the money. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
but
sponsoring.
yeah, like exactly, like sponsoring. But I met like 6 or 7 guys up there, and they're like my friends on LinkedIn. They're like, if you're ever up at Turning Stone, which is where we went, he's like, if you're ever up at Turning Stone again, like we'd love to stake you. Like I have a few guys up there, like literally like 55, 60-year-old dudes that they're like, you could be pretty good, like if you kept doing it. So like I didn't really realize that I was like that decent until we went up there, which I still don't think I'm that good, but it's way different. It's a way different atmosphere, and I'd like to see how far it would go, but I realize it's a pretty crazy hobby to be into because it's pretty inconsistent, but for me it's been pretty consistently going up. So
So what was it? Just that one location, or the whole state of New York, where you don't have to be 21?
well, it's just that one location because it's on an Indian reserve. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Indian reserves get to make up their own like laws and rules and all that stuff. like within certain boundaries. But if you're 18 plus, like it's one of the few locations in the country that you're allowed to play.
It's kind of close too.
Yeah, like
Relatively, yeah.
it's the closest one, and it's still 5 hours away. It's 5 hours, 325-mile drive from
So
here.
you walk in, is that place like it has live poker tables kind
Yeah,
of thing?
yeah. It has live poker tables. It has
Like you've been to
slots and-
Parks Casino here and shit.
No. See, because I'm not 21 yet.
True.
So
Yeah.
So when I'm
Yep.
21, I'll probably be there.
But I was wondering, like, is it like that, but with live poker tables? I know you've never
Yeah.
been in it, but
Do they
it
have
is
live
like a regular casino where it's like
like I've
Parks Casino. It says it on the.
yeah.
It's not like a backdoor joint. Where,
It's way bigger than Parks.
okay, so it's
way-
legit.
Parks is pretty
way big.
big, so
Yeah,
They put
it's
mega
like-
casinos on these reservations.
Yeah, like it. I mean, the casino it's probably bigger than every building in this entire like Shippensburg University, like
Yo.
combined.
Yeah.
Like it's massive. Like
That's
it's
crazy.
it's so big that like the whole property is like a mile long, and it's just all a casino.
That's crazy.
So it's not just poker. They have one poker room, but they have like slots, horse racing, all that stuff. I'm not.
So
I'm not
why'd
really
you
into
set
that.
your own personal $100 limit to play?
$100 limit to play like heads up?
When you want to play people, you say
Yeah,
you're like $100 to play me, or
right. Yeah, that's
what-
a great question.
where does that number come from?
So like $100, that's where like money starts to get like scared for people. So like for instance, if someone was like, "Oh, you're not that good at poker, like let me play you, but I'm only gonna put in $5." See, $5 isn't that bad to lose. It's only $5. Like
Yeah.
who cares about that? But if you're playing with $100, you're actually gonna be like relatively scared. Most college students will be like, "I really don't want to lose this $100."
Yeah.
So what-
yeah.
So what I
Right.
do is like I capitalize on people's fear of losing, So
Mm.
like, for instance, if I'm like bluffing, which is a big part of my game, if I don't have it and I'm getting a read that they have like something weak that I can get them off of, I'm ready to just ship my entire stack in there. I'm ready to risk it all just so I can win the pot that's in the middle. And they're gonna be like, like I want to call this. I don't think you have it, but it's so much money.
Yeah.
It's $100. So like that's where I
That's
get
where the mind
edge.
game comes in.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's where I get the edge over them because like I'm ready to lose it. I'm ready to lose it. But if you're scared money isn't gonna make money. So
Yep.
I'm ready to just risk it all like whenever. And
Yeah.
it works out most of the time. But I tell people all the time. I tell people I have people in Gettysburg, Dickinson, Messiah, Penn State, Altoona. I've played poker with guys all over the
Oh,
place.
dang.
And I tell anyone, I'm like, if you want to play, I don't care how old you are, as long as you're over 18, and I'll play you heads up, but you just gotta have $100 cash, and you gotta be ready to lose it.
so $100 is the buy-in typically.
That's the minimum. I've played people for more than that before, but like that's the minimum if you want to like actually, if you want me to take it serious,
Right.
So but yeah, it's usually $100. So.
I know this is hard to estimate, but if you could, what would you estimate your total like investment, like both you've put in and won back, and like what are some of the biggest pots you've ever, been a part of, like biggest games, like biggest like plays you can remember, like
Mhm.
$10,000 on the line, something like that. Like what are some of your kind of crazy stories? about that?
Let's see. Like, I think the biggest pot I ever played was I played a pot in the casino because the casino table that I was at, you could buy in whatever you wanted. The blinds were $1, $3, which means that you mandatory have to put that in so the game keeps moving. But I was playing like a casino regular that was pretty decent, and the pot got ridiculously large, like so large that I didn't even know how big it was. I found out that after I won the hand, because I got pretty lucky, I turned a full house, which a full house beats a flush. But he had the best possible flush, and the only thing he lost to was a full house, which I got there. But there was already about $600 in the middle, $600 or $700 in the middle because I had like pretty good cards, and he was betting into me. And on the river, once I completed my full house, he bet 300. I raised to 600, and then he jammed me all in for like $1,500. And I like snap called, and he was like, "I have the nut flush," and I was like, "I have a full house." So like it was, he was like, I didn't even know there was like a full house there because it was a super hidden one. So that's another thing about poker is you have to be really aware of what people could possibly have. He wasn't really like putting me on anything besides a flush, but the board paired, which meant that there could be possible full house combos.
Cool.
But the pot was about like I think it was $2,700, something like that.
Crazy.
So that was the largest one I've had, and that same night I also had a $1,800 one and a $2,100 pot. So, but I only ended up like 3,600. I got out at the top because my boy that I went with was like, dude, we have to drive back. So we drove back at like 4 a.m. Like
Another 5 hours.
yeah, like another 5 hours, and like I was just slamming monsters. I think I had like that night. I think I had like 6 monsters and like 3 Red Bulls. Yeah, like I had like nine or 10 like caffeinated drinks, like probably like over 1,000 milligrams of caffeine. So like that was the only thing I was working on, and I got back and I was like, dude, I don't even feel like any of this like even happened. You know, like, dude, it just didn't feel real.
Dude, I got some crazy stories about Pokerman's sleep schedule. Like in the summer, we have this app called Strava, so like it tracks our runs. And I'll see Pokerman just goes for a morning run, you know, like 7, 8 a.m. And I'm the only one, probably the only person in the world that knows that he hasn't slept yet.
Yeah.
So he'll stay up all night streaming, you know, because you're a big streamer. I'd love to talk more about that too.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
you stay up all night, go for the run at like 9, 10 o'clock, and then sleep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's pretty true.
So, like,
unfortunately.
How many
A true
subscribers?
entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
You gotta do it.
How many
trying.
subscribers did you peak at on stream? Because you mostly did Minecraft, right?
Oof. Yeah, like
Ooh.
on Twitch, there was a time that I had about 400 average viewers on my stream. So like I was doing pretty good, but I just lost motivation to do it once I got to college, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I think if I kept going with it, you know, I could have been something decent. But unfortunately, I was not. What's up, Ian? All right.
Man, he'll be back. I hope.
Yeah,
Get him on
man.
the pod again.
That'd
But
be
dude,
sick.
so maybe like 3 more things I just got off the dome for topics.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
First, if you want to talk about your tattoos, we'd love to see the new one, bro. You
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
stand up, show us that.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I just got this one. It's bats.
Dude, that is
Yeah.
sick. This is my first
What?
time seeing it in person.
Yeah.
So you got 4 bats going up the rib cage.
5. We got 5 of them. This hurt really bad, so it's scabbing right now. But that one hurt pretty
Sorry about
bad.
that.
And then the snake. Let's see the
And
snake.
then I have snake here. I don't know.
Don't tread on me.
It looks yeah, literally. It looks cool to watch. And
Yeah.
then I have one down here.
And then
let's see here.
you like Nirvana?
Yeah.
Bro,
Oh yeah.
look at his Nirvana tat,
Hold
bro.
on. Let me see if I can just.
Is it the album
I'm like
cover?
I'm like stripping off.
Let me know if
on
you recognize
stream
it.
here, but it's
Yup.
it's the in utero
Sick, dude.
tattoo, and then I got one right there.
That's
so,
dope.
yeah, man.
So-
I try my best.
I heard
but thanks, man.
that the day you got the bats, you were gonna get doves. Is that
Oh,
true?
Well, it wasn't doves. It was like birds.
Just birds.
It was birds, but then my roommate was like, "Nah, don't get birds. Get something cool like bats." So I was like, "All right, I'll just get bats."
Dude, that's
But,
sick.
yeah.
That's
So I,
sick.
There
Yeah,
was
just
a
like his-
guy on campus a couple years ago that he would give people tattoos, and he was all tatted up himself. I don't know
That's
if y'all
cool, man.
like talked to him. He
I'm
kind of.
super-
I never talked to him.
Yeah.
I just saw him around, and I heard like there's a dude like his hobby was to give college
Yeah.
students tattoos.
'Cause
Like,
I put that on Yik Yak. I was like, "Yo, where can I go get like a good tattoo?" And people were like, "Don't go to the place in town." Like that
Gorilla.
place isn't
Gorilla.
good." Yeah, but like and some guy like DM'd me on Yik Yak and was like, "Yo, if you need a tattoo, man, I got you." And like I was like, "I don't know this dude," so I probably won't do that. But I'm sure he's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I ended up going to Gorilla and getting the whole thing for $120, which is
Not
that ain't
bad.
bad.
that is like the cheapest I would have expected. I was expecting like $250, you know, something like that. Back at my home, like it probably would have been like something like
Yeah.
that.
now,
Hey, Trevor and I are both tatless, so I mean,
Yeah,
Trevor, you
for
thinking
now.
about getting any?
I don't know. For
Yeah.
now, I am tatless. I'll just say that. Like, we'll see what happens. Like spontaneous.
You got a beard though.
He does got a
I
beard.
do have facial hair.
He does have a beard.
Well,
No.
Yeah, man, it's not for everybody, you know. Like it's it's just kind of up to your preference, your
it-
personality. Just
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's something
Whatever.
maybe I'd get spontaneously. Like if I'm
Right.
like,
I
all right,
feel like
let's just
I feel
do
like
it. If,
you
if
gotta
I
like
went with someone,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, man. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's no big deal either way. You know, it doesn't like change my life, but you know, it just I just like having them. I like looking at them.
Right.
People like them, so it's not
Cool.
really a big deal to me. You
Cool.
know? Yeah, man.
One place you haven't gotten one, which I'm kind of surprised about, is like your back. You know, like
No,
something right
yeah.
there, because
Nope.
that's less visible too. I mean,
I know. Yeah, I haven't gotten anything on the back yet. I texted my parents when I got my bat tattoo. I didn't even ask him. I was just like,
What'd they think?
my dad, like I sent pictures. I was like, oh, I accidentally walked in like a ship place and I got bats on my rib cage. My dad was like, bats? He was like,
I love your dad, bro.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy. My dad was like, bats? And my mom was like, oh my God, you got another one? Because my mom's like, yeah, you should get one every other year. But like,
That's a good.
yeah, it's probably a good thing. But I mean, I got this one 4 months ago and then just decided to get another one.
Yeah.
So I mean, it happens. But
Cool.
I don't know. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not, dude?
Exactly.
Only
You
live
only live
once at
once.
some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to take up too much of your time because you said you got to head out at 11, right?
Yeah. Like what?
11?
No, 11:30.
11:30.
We got plenty of time.
Just
Yeah.
like two more topics.
Yeah, man. Whatever.
Yeah,
Like one
okay.
funny one, and then just kind of wrapping it up with like, kind of your advice and kind of your perspective on some things. But
Mhm.
first, the funny one: Pokerman and 6 other dudes, or 8 of us, or 9, that went out to Flagstaff this summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were there for 2 weeks.
That's like a perk of like track. Is this or just
Yeah,
in the collegiate running
Yeah.
industry?
dude.
You just get to go out to these places to train,
Right.
to like
That was dope, dude. Like
to scout. Like
we were at
other schools
7,000 feet altitude, so it's like harder to breathe, so it's
Mm.
more difficult to run. That way, when you come here, where you're at sea level, you have that adaptation, and you're like a stronger, better runner. So we've been talking
Absolutely,
about it
yeah.
for a couple years. We stayed at our boy's house in Maryland. His dad dropped us off at the airport, and I don't. Do you want to say what happened at the airport?
Oh man. Oh dude. What are you? Oh wait. What story are you talking about
Just
here?
with the brewski. It's like 9
Oh, the
a.m.
brewski. Oh man.
9 a.m. brewski.
About to
at the
be
airport.
incriminating the hell out of me. But
Hey,
21 in a week.
that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Anyway, okay.
God, I
may or may
literally
not
don't
have
care.
happened. We get on the flight. We made some good friends with the flight attendant. I mean, she was really into Pokerman and our boy Gummy Bear.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Whatever you say.
we land in Phoenix. It's 115 degrees. Then we go hit the In-N-Out in Pokerman. Now we're getting cheeseburgers, fries, in the parking lots. Dude, we were scorching hot.
Scored. Oh my God.
Dude,
it was
so hot.
It was 118 degrees.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
oh
we
my God.
drove up to Flagstaff. It was like 2-hour drive. Listen to NWA, Tupac, Biggie. Like,
Only the good
only
shit.
the good shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And Pokerman meets a girl. So
I-
can we hear the story about the girl
Yeah.
and the bike? We got to hear the bike story.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, well, I met a girl up there because I told Hayden, I'm like, I gotta meet a Flagstaff girl.
He was the only one that did out of all of us. I guess one other dude did, but
Yeah, one other
Pokerman
dude.
was the most
Hey,
successful.
okay.
But I told Hayden, I was like, man, gotta meet a girl up here. I gotta see how things go. But her name was Jordan. She's great. I still talk to her
Shout out.
occasionally. Shout out Jordan. Yeah, she's great. But yeah, like I met her and
Yeah.
just be incriminating. But like I
That's
put it
normal.
on Tinder. I was like, I'm gonna be here for 2 weeks. Let's fall in love. I put that in my bio.
Wow.
And she responded to my Tinder thing, and she was like, "So we're gonna fall in love or what?" Like I still have a screenshot of it. I
Dang.
was looking at it, and this chick's really intimidating because she's like just as tall as me. She's a neurosurgeon. This chick's like pretty. She's like blonde. Like she's really smart, really perfect. And
Yo.
yeah, so I was
She was like a full scholarship. or,
yeah,
like,
she's on
academic.
full scholarship at NAU and like all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, like I certainly hope so. And like she was the only one like in Flagstaff because like it's like a college dorm, but like her roommates weren't there. So like I pull up and like we watch like American Dad and like Family Guy till like 4 a.m.
And then you come around with us at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
every day.
and then I'd wake up and like ride my bike back. But
He did this like 3 times, like 4 a.m., 7 a.m. run.
Yeah, no
awesome.
problem, man. Cause she got
Oh
me
my
Red Bulls. Like
gosh.
she was like super nice and stuff, so she got me Red Bulls.
You were
Nothing-
explaining the bike. You were just about to explain the bike, right?
Yeah. Like one
How'd
of the
you get a
days,
bike?
like cause I would go over to her house like later at night, like after like when all the guys like wanted to go to bed. So like
Our boy bought a bike for like $20 or something on
Yeah.
a Facebook Marketplace. Pokerman was borrowing it. Her place was like 2 miles or something.
yeah,
ain't bad.
Yeah.
No, it was like literally like a mile, 2 miles, something like
That's
that.
something slight.
But like I biked over there and like there was like a million bikes on like the bike rack. So I'm just like, this like garbage ass bike, like fucking throw it on
Just
the bike
lay it on
rack.
top of the other ones. Like,
Yeah,
Nobody's
like,
gonna
just-
take it.
Throw it over there, and then like I wake up in the morning at like 6:45, and we're running at like 7. So I'm like, shit, like I gotta be back because I gotta go do this like workout at the track with the guys. And I go outside and like my bike is just like nowhere to be found,
What?
and I'm like, what the hell? So like I go scrounging.
Who
for
took
all
the
of them.
crappy bike?
Dude, that was my question. So like I was just like, God damn it. And I was in like my boots and like jeans. So I just like sprinted back to the house. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry, like your bike got like gripped. Someone just gripped your two
How
wheel.
tempted were you to like take someone else's bike?
Dude, like I mean I even thought about that too, but I was like, that's probably not a good idea considering the fact that we're so close to there. Like if I ride it back, like what am I'm gonna get my ass
You're like, I'll be
kicked.
back later tonight.
Yeah, no, I know,
Don't
but
worry.
like literally, like I was like, dude, this sucks.
But then it has a good ending. It does.
It does have a good ending. Like 2 days later, we were driving out for like a morning run, and when we went out for this morning run, it was I don't know. We drove by her place where the bike rack is because the bike rack was near the road, and we see like the actual bike.
It's back.
The bike is back, and we're like,
So
and my boy I was driving with, he was like, dude, is that his bike? I was like, I think it is. So we go for our run, we come back, and like 2 cars of us just like pull up to the bike rack, and like 10 dudes jump out of the whip. And we start like recording it, like, whoa, we got the bike. And like someone like bought it back and it had all the
hold up, we should put this on the video then later. Like send me that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
we
yeah.
have a video of
It's on
it.
YouTube.
Yeah. Well, it was.
I'll put
Maybe
it.
not that part,
We'll
yeah.
put it in
Yeah.
the description.
But yeah, we got the bike back, and like all the other guys just drove back, and it had like a bunch of dirt on it. Like one of the brakes didn't work. It's like someone really just like
Someone
fucked
must
up
have
the
been
bike.
like tripping.
Yeah,
And
someone
then
must
just
have,
took it on an adventure.
Someone was probably on some psychedelics or something, and then was like, "Oh, crappy
Ride
bike."
it through the mud.
Yeah, it was messed up. Like the whole ass bike was just messed. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, man, we got it back, and we ended up giving it to some
Flagstaff.
homeless dude like after we left. So good story ending.
Good
at
story
least.
out there.
Good
Yeah.
story ending though. Yeah, man, you already know. It was a good time though.
Dude,
Oh
and
my gosh.
we have to do another episode because I feel like
See, I feel like next time y'all do something like that, I need to come along and we can just like record pods.
oh yeah,
on
they're
the-
yeah.
talking about going back this summer.
Yeah, no, I heard.
Be
But
dope.
I think it would be 5 of us, including me and you. So I mean,
Yeah.
that would be really sweet. I would love to go live there. for
Dude,
some-
life out there is just like so many
Flagstaff.
parks. Disc golf every day. You play disc golf?
No, but I want to.
It's fun. It's easy.
So,
it is really great.
So, yeah,
me
man.
and my friends play like what's that new
Pickleball.
pickleball?
I need to try that.
Yeah, I need to try
that
it
sounds
too.
great.
It's
But I
that's a
would
new
rather
wave.
play disc golf, to be honest. Pickleball's for old people.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
place,
unless you're
time and
really good.
place.
Yeah, you could be
Yeah.
really good at it though. You know?
Dude, I hate pickleball.
Oh, you hate it? Oh, that's one thing. You hate the damn game, dude.
I hate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Pokerman doesn't hate poker.
So how far away?
Pokerman doesn't hate poker. You know what I mean? You gotta love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
I did have a question, but
Lost it.
I lost it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we gotta do another episode because
For sure.
we haven't. We there's so many things we haven't even touched on yet.
It's too. I think it's too early for me. I'm not a morning person.
No, man. That's
I
a great
lost
time.
my freaking question,
Bro,
man.
next time we need to come in here at 6, record from 6 to noon, go to lunch, come back, record from like 1 to 5.
What? 6 a.m. I'll just stay up all night.
Bro, that's like an 11-hour work day.
Yeah, man. Why not?
Yo, I always like this one quote, bro. Like we were at Missouri and like none of us drank, but my own teammate and I have this funny joke. We're like, yo, You're the type of guy that could turn 3 hours of drunk sleep into a productive workday, 12 hours.
Me?
No, just like anyone.
Oh,
Like, I'll
yeah,
say that
bro,
about
dude.
farting. Like,
Yeah.
he's the type of guy to turn a 3-hour drunk sleep. into
Ain't that the
12.
truth, man?
Yeah.
And that's a great compliment.
Yeah,
Like,
it's,
that
a,
was,
fun,
yeah,
it's a
dude.
funny joke.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Listen,
dude.
that's a great compliment, though.
Hey, I know. Hey, Trevor's jotting down some ideas. Good stuff. I know you got to head out of here somewhat soon. So, one thing I kind of drew a parallel between was your poker strategy and your general approach in life.
Mhm.
You're not afraid to lose at all. Was this your first tattoo or your second? The chest.
The chest one. This was my second one.
Second
My
one.
second one. Yeah.
It says, "Fear doesn't stop death; it stops life." And
I'm surprised you knew that.
yeah, man.
Yeah, you nailed that.
So like, do you think there's a parallel there? And just like overall, to sum things up, like what advice would you have for people that are like, too afraid to try new things, too afraid to just like fail, just afraid of failure, just or like just kind of stuck in like, in creative block, just like any advice you have for anyone that's like, even struggling mentally, like what do you think your approach in life, you know, what do you think it's all about and like what advice would you have?
Hey, that's a really terrific, deeper question. I love being asked about that kind of stuff because I think everybody has like a different opinion in general, based off of how you're supposed to live your life. But the way that I do it and the way that it works for me is I don't really think much about like tomorrow, and I don't really think about like the next week and the week after that, even though I should be. Like occasionally, like I'll have to sit down and be like, all right, what am I gonna do with my life and what direction am I going in? But usually I just think about the day. What do you got going on today? Like stuff
Cool.
like that. Like I don't value sleep as much as I should. I think that's probably like a fault.
So how many hours of sleep you get a night?
Probably 5.
You probably need like 8 at this age.
Yeah,
7,
like
7.
maybe 6. I don't
Yeah.
know sometimes, but like I make up with it for like a nap or something.
Right.
True.
But I'm a big believer in like nothing else should really matter, like besides what you are currently thinking mentally, right?
Yeah.
Like the money I could care less about. And like money is not really important to me at all. It's not really much of like a factor of like how I rate myself in success. I guarantee you, if I had $10 billion but I had none of the friends here that I have, I would be hating my life.
Yeah.
So I would rather be dirt broke, just absolutely nothing going on with my life, but have all the boys that I have here and like the family that I have back at home than have anything else in my life.
Mhm.
Obviously it's a plus to have like money and stuff like that, but it really isn't all that important. 'Cause
Would you say like gratitude and like
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I always feel like consistently really, really happy to be where I'm at, and like I haven't really accomplished a great deal in my life, like I haven't really done a whole ton of stuff, but like I've met like a lot of people and I've had like a lot of experiences, and I'm proud to say like I've grown a lot as a person in the past like few years because I've went through like a decent amount of shit, in high
Mhm.
school and like college, like I've went through it, but like I'm here now,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting in this podcast studio at 11 a.m. So I must be doing something all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's I think it's just important to realize like however bad you think that your shit might get, that it's gonna be all right as long as you seek like the proper help.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a big believer in like, oh man, like I'm so stressed out. Like, man, like I really hate my life right now, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm gonna bottle it up and like let it
Mhm.
marinate. No, that's the worst thing you can do.
Can't
for yourself.
internalize it.
So it sounds like honestly, the way you're talking, it sounds like your motto is like spontaneous perspective, because like you said, you wake up every day not really knowing what you're gonna do, but you kind of have like a vision and a goal of what you want to accomplish in the day. So you go day by day, and but how do you just stay positive? Like sometimes you would have to think like farther in the future, like
Mhm.
what like when that happens, are you like it's gonna be all right, or it's
It's it's a really that's another great question. Like it's not that I'm always positive. It's that I always look positive.
yeah,
Because when I'm around my friends, I'm not thinking about anything like stressful. Like when I'm around him and like all the guys, like it's like the only thing I really care about in that current moment is making these guys laugh. You know, like I
Yeah.
want to make these guys laugh. Like I want to like have a good time and like make some memories and maybe like learn something during the day. But it's definitely not like just like uphill, like super happy all the time, you know, because I have like a lot of stress that goes on, but it's just yeah, I think I've realized at this point that we're all in college and we're all gonna be stressed out. And you know, shit's probably gonna suck at some point and everybody's gonna go through rough patches. But I, I I'm lucky enough to realize that I have the tools that whatever I want to do in the future, it can be done because I have great professors. I have like a lot of things that I'm trying to build up on my resume. So the only thing I really care about in college is just trying to grow connections, learn stuff, figure out what I'm good at. So that way after school I can just go into whatever field, go into, you know, hopefully some sort of entrepreneurial or some sort of startup
Like
company, social media, anything like that. I just love to go into any of that. And I just know like I'll be able to do it because like growing the connections, I think that's a big part. Like I think like I like to make friends with everybody because you never know when that person might be sitting on the other side of the desk trying to hire you. So,
Yeah, that's
so
that's
like
a really good point.
like I try and make friends with everybody.
Sounds like
everybody.
you're very present. Like some people struggle with being present. It's hard to just like, all right, I'm here right now, but then they're thinking about something later, could be an hour away, and they struggle with being present. It sounds like you just have not like you can just be present in any situation and then just make the most out of it. That's a really good like
Yeah.
I try to,
trait.
man. And I appreciate that compliment because I really try to strive to do that. But I think there's no point in not being present. You know what I'm saying? Like as tough as it is, like some days, like you got to realize like if you're doing something positively, like let's say like if you're having like a terrible day, if everything's going wrong, like your girlfriend broke up with you know, you just failed an exam, your parents are pissed at you. There's always at least one thing you can do that'll clear your mind a little bit. And that's the first step forward, right? Like for instance, for Hayden, if Hayden was having the worst day in like the absolute world, if he went out and ran, I guarantee you his day would be slightly better than if he didn't go out and run.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, everyone has their own little like
Outlet.
niche. Like look at Sam
Exactly.
Sulek. You think that guy doesn't like to go to the gym?
Exactly. Yeah, like Sam Solik. So like that's
You gotta have
great.
like a hobby. You gotta
Yeah.
have like a something you can fall back on
Mm-hmm.
every time.
Exactly.
Music.
Music.
It's
like,
different for everybody. Yeah, there's music, working out,
Yeah.
writing,
totally.
studying, whatever. Being prepared also helps.
Yep.
Too. Yeah, that's great.
Awesome,
No.
man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but you know, if just to basically wrap it up, like if you ever have like any issues or anything like that, you just got to realize, you know, you're not going to be alone with that. So I appreciate you bringing up that question because
Yeah.
you know I'll always be a huge mental health advocate for teenagers, men. Obviously, it's really important for women, but
Yeah.
it's really it goes under the radar for men's mental health. You know, like
Yes.
because guys are just meant to like suck it up. Like you know, you're not allowed to be like
Talk
fucking,
about it.
You know, talk about that shit. Like you got to go do like all this strong ass stuff, and I completely disagree with that. Like I totally disagree with that, and I think that's probably why the men's suicide rate is so high. So I'll
It is.
advocate for that for the rest of my life, and you know when I die, I hope like a large portion of like my assets go to like some sort of charity that's trying to help with men's mental health and especially teenagers' mental health because nothing's worse than that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get if you're stuck right now, anyone listening to this, there's always like a way out of the situation. You can always like bounce back and get better. You just have to
absolutely,
push yourself to get better as hard as it can be. You just have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, man. That's a great
That's
way to
it.
say it. Yeah, man.
Hey, we appreciate your time. We got 17 minutes.
Shout out your
you just want to talk about?
socials.
Yeah, dude.
You have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You be
Man.
posting on that. I not gonna lie, I haven't.
Man, my
I've seen
YouTube
your like
channel-
Jake Pokerman. He actually
Instagram.
doesn't run that.
I don't run that, and the videos aren't even up anymore.
They took him down.
Yeah, the guy that runs it, like, he took him down because he was like, it was more of like a summer thing. Like,
Was this
Yeah.
an all gas no brake situation?
yeah, it was, because we hung out like a lot during the summer, and we would just like bump out like ridiculous videos. I can send you whatever.
Dude, we were
video,
doing
'cause
funny stuff
Yeah,
every
'cause
day.
I still have like all the videos. They're just not on YouTube anymore.
Instagram.
Are
Instagram.
they
Yeah,
on Instagram?
Yeah, they're on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, but like all that stuff, I have all those videos, and like that's just one of the channels I have. I have like I'm not like present in the YouTube community right now, but I did have like a crypto channel, a crypto investing channel.
Dang, that's
I had
cool.
I had a
That's cool.
Minecraft channel. I had a lot of stuff like that. I'm a big fan of just trying anything at
Yeah,
this point. Anything like that.
right.
So that's why I kind of admire what you guys are doing here. I mean, we got the facilities. I had no
Yeah.
idea this shit even exists.
Dude,
Exactly,
honestly, this
it's
is only our
amazing.
second time doing it, and for me, like, it's given me like something to do, like you say with the running. But like,
Right.
I've been finding myself in a rut sometimes. So I'm like, I'm gonna go here and have a conversation with my friends.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
just
love that.
try to
So
make
fun.
stuff. Like, I want to get into art and stuff. So,
Absolutely.
speaking of make stuff, you're about to head to the makerspace, and you just want to talk about what you're gonna make there.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
my professor is the entrepreneurship professor here at Chip, and he's literally like Hayden's one of pretty good friends.
Yeah,
I see him like walking around all the time with like their backpacks filled with like books and stuff.
that's it.
But yeah, I'm making just a project for him. It's basically just an insole with sensors on it. I created it, and we're actually just putting it in because we ordered like the batteries and the wires and the sensors and all that. But we're getting two insoles together. We're getting sensors in the middle of them. We're solding it and making the wires come out the back, hooking it up to a battery, a very lightweight battery
Sounds tough.
that goes on the side of your foot. And we're programming the entire thing to basically show, it's going to upload to your phone, and what it shows is the perfect running form, like for like foot strike, heel strike, strike the ball of your foot. And then after that, it'll show what your running form is based off of like a red scale, which is the worst, like you got to fix it, a yellow scale and a green scale, and it tells you exactly how you can change like your running form. So it's hopefully going to try and do like some sort of injury prevention for runners.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
But-
so cool.
But
That's
yeah.
super technical.
You'll have to let
Yeah.
us know when you finish it.
Yeah, no, it should be done on Monday. So, I'll
Sweet.
absolutely bring it in. I'm sure Shelly will roast the hell out of it and whatever. So, you can see what it looks like, but it should be pretty decent. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, hey, good luck. Hope you have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Trevor, we listen to this song every night in Flagstaff when we had dinner, and I think there's no other
I'm
way
excited.
we could end it out. You guys hear it all right?
Yep.
If I had $1 for every time I heard this song, man.
This is like a perfect Arizona
Outro.
song.
Dude,
Flagstaff.
we heard this song every dinner. We would play this song every dinner. So this is what it reminds me of now too.
Well, we hope you enjoy the podcast. Give us a share. Give us a like. Jake Lawson.
Be
we
ready for more
appreciate-
content.
I'll be
content
I'll be
coming your
sharing
way,
this
man.
podcast everywhere, man. I appreciate you guys
Sure.
having me on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yes, sir, man.
There we
Love
go.
you so much, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yep.